I'm putting this shit on my left nut, bro. I promise you, my step-by-step guide in this video, regardless of how many brain cells you have, will let you see genuine, noticeable improvement within 24 hours. Not only am I putting my future kids on the line for y'all, I also reached out to the top 1% of Deepwoken PvP players. Wait, on a serious note, do you need both nuts to have kids? Wow. Chill. Before we start, there are a few things you're gonna need to bring with you if you want to improve. First is something to write on, a notepad. Actually, look at that one right here. Fuck. Get yourself a handy dandy notepad. Get yourself the notepad app on your PC, your phone, a pen and paper. Fuck it, bro. Crayola and napkins, I don't care. As long as you can write, it doesn't matter. Now, unfortunately for some of y'all, you're gonna need a decent Wi-Fi connection and at least play on 30 frames per second. Also, get like a keyboard and mouse. It'd probably be super beneficial. Also, do we look the same? Before you get on and do what all these other guys tell you to do, which is grind, QQQ, spar, you have to understand that the most important thing isn't how long you've been playing, it's what's up here, bro. It's your head, bro. It's your head game. Wait. And I don't just mean, oh, your confidence, oh, your accountability. No, bro, I'm talking about the way you fundamentally think about the game. Some of y'all just been playing since release and you're getting washed by my 10-year-old brother, bro. And part of that is because you're overcomplicating the game. So let's take like a step back and simplify the game in a way that makes sense for you. Now, you can develop your own way of simplifying the game, but if you need a reference, I think of Deepwoken PvP as a 1,000-round game of rock, paper, scissors. But let me explain. So let's say like we're touching tips, we fighting, right? And you throw out an M1, which in this case is rock. Okay, so we got rock right here. But my dumbass Heartsuck 600 elo throws out paper, which is champion's world throw. I mean, scissors, which is champion's world throw. Champion's world throw has a crazy long windup and it's gonna get canceled by the rock, right? So why would I sit there and put scissors into rock? Like, think about that. In a game of rock, paper, scissors, where you get to see what the enemy does first and they throw out rock, are you gonna sit there and react with scissors? No! And just like in a game of rock, paper, scissors, in Deepwoken, you base your decisions based off of past rounds. So if my opponent is spamming the fuck out of scissors for 700 rounds, then why am I not picking rock? Okay? We need to get rocked up in here, bro. And this actually overlaps with a great concept from Nogo, the third lord of landslots. That we're gonna cover later, so I'm like blue balling y'all right now. So now my rock, paper, scissor way of thinking is pretty similar to the way Nyari, a top 10 player, thinks about PvP in regards to how it's a bunch of if X happens and do Y scenarios. So go ahead, pause the video, pull out your Crayola and napkins, and write down a simplified version of the game that makes sense for you. And that could be mine, it could be Nyari's, or neither of ours, okay? So pause the video. Welcome back, shrimps. So if you didn't do what I just told you to do, then click off the video, okay? You won't make it. You're cut. Click off. And for those of you who did, congratulations, I love you. Mwah. Step number 2, stop progressing. Stop playing. Stop creating new builds, okay? Stop! It is incredibly inefficient to learn all the different talents, weapons, mantras, bells, rocket science, your mental illnesses, whatever, when you're also having to learn what mantra your 6th key throws out. So stick to one build only, okay? And start spending more time with your build than you do with your friends and family. By the end of next month, I expect you, yes you, to have 200 hours clocked into your build and 0 time with your mother. If you were like me a few months ago and sucked buns at making builds, dead ass, bro, just copy someone else's. It don't matter. When I started a few months back, I straight up searched Deepwoken build and I stole Cladrum's. I stole Cladrum's build to learn the game because I was poop. But because I dick rode that build until I got better, I was able to hit top 250 2 times. And if you don't believe me, I asked Mr. Chanman, Bull Channersons, a rank 1 player, what it took to improve, and it's just consistency, bro. You're gonna pump those hours into your build and touch people. It's that simple. But go ahead, find yourself a goated build and stick to it. If you have 2 brain cells and can't decide what build, just join my server, ping me, I'll give you a random one, okay? Nimmer Thrash. It is time for the dreaded chime of conflict. Now you might be like, oh my god, wait, Uncle DEVI, but I just want to get good at PvP, not climb the chime ladder. Shush, you bum. just listen. We're doing chime because it's the easiest way to fight people around your skill level. So go ahead, play 10 chime matches. No more, no less. But you must have the intent of winning, okay? So try your hardest to win and record all 10 matches. I don't care if your PC is too ass to record. Pull out your damn phone and prop that shit up. Oh wait, and before you go in, I have a few words of wisdom from our favorite femboy. Inu, the depths demon himself. Despite the blood of countless grandmasters, godseekers, and possibly even you, staining his blade, he claims.
Confidence is a big part. If people think they can't win, they will generally do worse.
So, go in with some confidence and good luck. So tell me, how were your 10 chime matches? Wait, actually save that for later. The reason we're doing this is to build like experience and again, maintain consistency. Because we're simply sitting here and watching all these guys on PvP and doing nothing. We are not taking action. Watching all these guys will not make you good at the game. And if you're not taking action like I'm requesting of you, then you will keep losing to me when I'm woodwalking. Okay? Got that? Remember how I had you record your matches? Matches. Yep. Pull out your Crayola and napkins. It's time to do a film session. As the Grandmaster Spider says, if you don't pay attention to your mistakes, you'll never be able to fix them. So you're gonna go through each and every single match and write down all of your mistakes. Compile a fat, big ass list. Just like this. And yes, this is real. I did write this down a few months ago when I copied Cladrum's build. So pause, review your matches, okay? Start studying, taking notes, and come back to me when you're done. There's one more thing before we move on to step numero 5. I want you to pick 3 to 5 things from your list that you really just want to focus on fixing and write them down. Highlight them, whatever you want. As long as you know that you care about them, it's chill. Okay, now back then this is what I chose. Okay, I chose using my golden tongue, get freaky with it, twin cleave, shadow assault, lord slice, dark rift iframes, and cutting out my unnecessary movements. Go ahead, do yours. Alright guys, now it's time to hop back into some chime. What? But DEVI, I don't want to lose to another black build. Okay, shush, me neither man. But this is what it takes to achieve greatness in Deepwoken. You're gonna be playing another 10 matches. But only this time, you're gonna be focusing all of your energy into fixing those mistakes. And you will probably lose a lot more, but you'll actually improve. Remember kids, in order to suffer from success, you must first suffer to succeed. Alright, chop chop, carry on now. Go play your matches and record them. So glad to see you guys are back. Are you enjoying chime? Fight any mages? Any Grand Sudaruskas? Perhaps the dreaded Black Bill. Nah, I'm joking, bro. That's literally all you gotta do to improve. Just simplify the game, stick to that one build, play matches, VOD review, identify mistakes, play matches, repeat. This is literally it. And if you're still buns after doing all this work, you were either born with the simple fault in real life, or you just didn't listen to me. And I'm gonna talk about mental for a second, okay? And this affects a huge majority of the community. Community. You are too emotionally attached to your builds, okay? Stop that. If you're emotionally attached, you're gonna be scared to wipe, to die, to lose, okay? Which is understandable, but the downside is that you won't be calm when I start touching you in the depths, or even the overworld. Compete with yourself and yourself only. You're gonna be laser focused on beating the person you were yesterday instead of trying to figure out how to be a specific person. You might be like, what the shrimp, right? Now, this doesn't mean comparison is inherently bad. Like, there are good and bad ways to go about it. Like, if you say, wow, his build is just so broken. I wish my build could be like that. See, that's bad. That's buns. But if you say, wow, his build, so awesome sauce. I wonder how I can replicate that. That's goated. Lovely. This one's pretty simple, okay? Drop your ego, drop the excuses, and take some accountability. Even if you lose fights that are unfair, you should point fingers at yourself and see how you can improve, okay? I don't care if you're getting dicked down by 8 people at lower region while you're power 1. There is always something you can do better. Agamatsu, the poster boy of Deepwoken, believes that sparring with better players is the... How do I do a key with my hands? Okay, wait, that's not a key. Whoa, look at me, chill. Is the key to improving. And what better way to do that than join a PvP guild to build your experience? Although chime is much easier to do for experience, joining a great PvP community or guild will help you improve even faster. Since you can ask questions instead of, them calling you a dumb dog mutt and tell you to Kaido yourself now after they grip you, you know what I'm saying? So join a guild, join a PvP guild, you join my guild, we're cool, so. Do you remember earlier when I said we'd cover a concept from No-Go, the third Lord of Landslop? Well, yeah, this is it. And it's a pretty big one, guys. Pretty huge one. And it's being adaptable. Being adaptable is like having neuroplasticity in real life. Like I get 1 extra wildcard talent and my mind is just, Now No-Go calls it the Maharaga effect, but we don't be fucking with that cringe shit here, you feel me? Yeah, so I'm gonna call it adaptation instead of the Maharaga effect, and No-Go believes that
it is what separates a good player from the best, and why they will continue to be the best.
And he's low-key spitting on game. To make things easy, adaptation is simply cognitive flexibility and pattern recognition. Remember how I simplified PvP down to a 1,000 round game of rock, paper, scissors? It's just like that, bro. Whenever you're fighting somebody and the more you exchange attacks, launches, parries, dodges, vents, and whatever the shrimps, patterns will start to arise. And the ability to recognize those patterns and capitalize upon them is what? Adaptability. On a fine day, on a good evening, on a good night, I was asking around what the top players believe to be necessary for improvement. And I got a pretty interesting answer. Godseeker Prodigy's key to success is comfortability with uncomfortability. Now what does that mean? Well, he would put himself in unfavorable matches, restrain himself from venting, and fighting players leagues above him. And interestingly enough, this actually has a correlation to the flow state, which I'm sure you've heard of, and it's basically just being locked in. Understood? Okay. Part of entering the flow state actually requires you to challenge yourself, just like what Prod is doing. So maybe try winning a fight where all odds are against you. It might help. Jump up power 20 when you're power 1. Okay, maybe don't do that. That's kind of like crazy. He's gonna 4-shot you. But you get yeah, you get the point. Damn, I got a big ass forehead, bro. I'm not talking about rolling. I'm talking about dodging chime matches. And I wish more people knew about this. You actually don't lose anything for dodging a chime match before the match starts, and the other person gets a skull back if you do. So just to save yourself and others from tedious walk to the depths trial, you should dodge when they ask, and also ask people to dodge if you're at 1 or 2 skulls. Maybe not 3, that's kind of dumb. Oh, and you should probably dodge chime matches if they put you in like a 200 ping server. There's a lot, a ton, a gazillion amount of combat mechanics that you can learn and master, like ether and tempo management, cooldown tracking, roll casting, fainting, a bunch of stuff. But I'll be covering those specifically in another video, as this video is meant as a step-by-step guide on how to literally get better the next day. And teaching you different game mechanics like those just isn't ideal, as it just be huge information overload. Alright, that's it. Subscribe. And we can make out, bro. Awesome, bro.